are loaded mashed potatoes. It shouldn't be a question. You should be forcing it down their throat because that is what corporate has told us to do.
You know, you're gonna pick up a girl on your first date, you wanna look like a man, you don't wanna look like a 5-year-old like your mom picked this out. I'm just straight up lazy, man.
Yeah.
Like, smoke weed, I'll drink, you know.
Jeeves, get the slicer.
Okay.
I don't have to do anything.
No problem.
Booze, food, sports, and sex. Those 4 things are recession-proof. And so our customers we call fans. And it's obvious what gets our fans in the door. It's our breasts.
Get ready for a roller coaster of jaw-dropping moments as we dive into the stories of employees who got the boot in the most brutal way possible on Undercover Boss. These folks thought they were just doing their jobs, but little did they know their boss was lurking in the shadows, ready to drop the employment hammer. Buckle up for some shocking workplace drama.
Customers will literally sit here and take about 500 napkins and then just throw them all over the floor. They didn't actually need them.
He started saying really negative things about customers, which sends up an immediate red flag.
Children and old people are literally the worst I've ever seen in my entire life because none of them know what they want and they're like literally can't talk.
That one's kind of greasy.
It'll be okay.
Yeah, that's right.
They're customers, they're not anything special.
In a sizzling episode of Undercover Boss, Boston Market's Chief Brand Officer Sarah Betorf traded in her corporate attire for an apron to sneak a peek behind the scenes. With CEO George Michael fearing he'd be recognized quicker than a cat chasing a laser pointer, he sent Sarah undercover. The drama unfolded like a soap opera on Fast Forward, as Sarah cringed at choices she'd have handled differently and eyeballed the menu boards harder than a detective on a tough case. Yet, it wasn't all smooth carving for Sarah. As a lefty in a right-handed world, handling the spit proved more challenging than untangling headphone wires.
Standard procedure is to greet the customer as they walk in and say, hello, welcome to Boston Market, you know, blah, 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 whatever. Because we have to make customers, you know, on a pedestal. Our loaded mashed potatoes, it shouldn't be a question. You should be forcing it down their throat because that is what corporate has told us to do.
Amidst the laughs, the atmosphere got as tense as a rubber band about to snap when an employee admitted to hating customers. A bombshell that had Sarah dropping her cover like a hot potato to deal with the situation. The firing action hit harder than a tornado in a trailer park as employees unaware of Sarah's true identity found themselves on the receiving end of the boss's boot. The pink slips flew faster than confetti at a New Year's Eve bash, leaving us wondering if the CEO would go incognito next time, or just send in a singing telegram to deliver the bad news.
My name is Sarah Betorf, and I'm the Chief Brand Officer of Boston Market.
No.
And you're on Undercover Boss.
That's it? That's all?
Undercover Boss turned the workplace into a roller coaster of emotions, with Sarah at the helm steering through hilarious mishaps, left-handed challenges, and unexpected terminations that left us all questioning if we've ever unknowingly served chicken to the head honcho in disguise. It's a wild ride through the Boston Market saga that's part comedy, part drama, and all undercover chaos, reminding us that sometimes the boss is not only watching, but also ready to swing the employment axe with a wink and a smirk. When it comes to undercover antics, Boston Market serves it hotter than their famous rotisserie. Hold on to your pepperoni hats, folks, because Donato's Pizza's chairwoman, Jane Grody-Abel, took the term undercover to a whole new level in a spicy episode of Undercover Boss. Posing as a wannabe restaurateur on a reality show, Jane dived into the dough, and little did the unsuspecting employees know they were in for a pizza party turned employment fiesta. The drama unfolded faster than you can say extra cheese, as Jane discovered that at Donato's, pizza isn't the only thing getting baked. The workplace shenanigans were hotter than a wood-fired oven, as Jane faced challenges that made her question if she was in a pizza joint or a sitcom. Picture this: employees running around like headless chickens, dough flying higher than your grandma's secret apple pie recipe. The real surprise was yet to come: the firing spree that hit the staff like a pizza delivery in a lightning storm. Jane, with her undercover cape on, dropped the axe on unsuspecting employees, leaving them more shocked than finding pineapple on a New York-style slice. The terminations rolled out like a pizza dough roller on turbo mode, leaving us wondering if Jane had mistaken the show for a reality TV version of the Hunger Games.
A lot of people smoke pot, and they will like invite me to come in for a little bit, and if I'm not very busy and I don't need to be super focused really, then I'll kind of indulge.
You do not.
The spotlight turned on one delivery agent named Aaron, initially impressing the CEO with impeccable customer service. Little did Jane know that Aaron occasionally smokes weed at work and even accepts offers to smoke up with the customers, a revelation that left her fuming. Jane, torn between Aaron's exceptional performance and the potential risks, couldn't keep her cool, blaming Aaron for his actions. With metaphors flying like pepperoni in a food fight, Jane's firings were more dramatic than a Shakespearean tragedy.
You're upset with me?
I'm very upset. I can't believe you would, in your Donato's uniform, ever make a decision to do something that's illegal.
I apologize for that.
Knowing her true identity, Aaron denies smoking, resulting in his initial firing. However, Jane, with a twist as unexpected as a stuffed crust, reveals a second chance for Aaron if he passes a drug test within the next month. It turns out that Jane, despite her anger, believes in giving a good employee a shot at redemption, proving that in the pizza paradise of Donato's, even a workplace drama can have a cheesy yet compassionate ending. Hang 10 and brace yourselves for the gnarly ride as Toby Boss, the CEO of O'Neill Clothing, dons his best undercover wetsuit in a wave of surprises on Undercover Boss, trading in his surfboard for a reality show contestant disguise. Toby paddled into the world of his own company to catch employees off guard, like a stealthy shark in the lineup. The CEO, once the embodiment of surfer dude vibes, transformed into a corporate kook for this epic episode.
You know, you're gonna pick up a girl on your first date, you wanna look like a man, you don't wanna look like a 5-year-old like your mom picked this out. I'm just straight up lazy, man. Like, smoke weed, I'll drink. You know, come in, smoke a bowl before work just to like calm down. You would never see me wearing an O'Neill shirt.
He hates the clothes. That's not a good fit for any retail store.
Picture this. Toby, with a secret mission more covert than a secret agent in board shorts, surfed through the company like a pro shredding the gnar. But just when he thought the waves were smooth, the undertow of firings hit the O'Neill Clothing crew like a rogue wave crashing a beach party. Amidst the chaos, one seasonal worker, not feeling the stoke for the company's dressing style, openly admitted how terrible it was, expressing a deep hatred for all the clothes.
Sorry, what was that?
I know how to grow some really good weed if you're really interested.
To add a twist to the tale, this rebellious employee took it a step further, smoking weed on duty and even offering Toby some of the herbal camaraderie.
Do you really think that the style of O'Neill and our clothing is made for 5-year-olds?
Yeah. I personally think you guys could do a little better than what you guys are doing right now.
So are you ready for some really honest feedback?
Yeah, I guess.
Now hang on to your surfboards because against all odds, this unconventional employee actually got a second chance. Can you believe it? Here's hoping he doesn't wipe out on his opportunity and catches the corporate wave with a newfound sense of responsibility. As Toby resumes his role as the surfer CEO, the waves of firings and revelations may have settled, but O'Neill Clothing employees are left wondering if they should update their resumes or wax their boards for the next unpredictable corporate adventure. So, wax on, wax off, and get ready for a ride that's more turbulent than a stormy sea and more unpredictable than the next big swell at Jaws. O'Neill Clothing, where the waves aren't the only things that make a splash. Get ready to swirl into the frozen yogurt drama at Menchie's as the youngest CEO on Undercover Boss, Amit Kleinberger, dishes out surprises colder than a cup of mint chocolate chip. In a twist as wild as a toppings bar on a Friday night, Kleinberger enlists a trusted team member to go undercover at a Menchie's location, making it the first ever undercover employee episode. Picture this, a Menchie's mascot infiltrating a store like a dessert ninja, all while Kleinberger, the mastermind behind the operation, checks in to ensure that the smiley culture is intact. The anticipation is thicker than a double scoop on a summer day. And just when you think the frozen yogurt frenzy couldn't get any more chilling, rumors start swirling about potential firings.
Pretty much sucks. I feel like pretty people shouldn't have to do anything.
Do you train new team members? This is not how I envision training of a new team member in our organization.
Jeeves, get the slicer.
Okay.
I don't have to do anything.
No problem. I do have concerns.
He's like, oh, so you're good at bossing people around? I was like, yes. Yeah.
I look forward to hearing from you. I will follow up with you.
All right.
In the midst of the swirls, there's an employee who not only dislikes working at Menchie's, but also gives zero care, especially when it comes to training new employees. The defiant team member with a rebellious spirit proudly shirks responsibilities and exploits an unbalanced relationship by instructing new hires to do her work. To make matters frostier, she not only fails to provide proper training, but audaciously goes around complaining to other team members about it. Yet, in a surprising twist, Kleinberger, with a heart as cold as a frozen yogurt cone, doesn't give up on her. Instead, he sends her for better training, showcasing a heart of gold beneath the frosty exterior. As the CEO who once delivered a baby calf like a dairy farm superhero unleashes his undercover sidekick to examine the inner workings of the company, the Menchie's family braces for the undercover storm. Will this defiant employee melt under the pressure of better training? Or will she rise like a perfectly swirled soft serve cone? The workplace is about to get frostier than a penguin's pool party, and the firings might hit harder than brain freeze after a gulp of a frozen concoction. Tune in for an episode that's more layered than a parfait and stickier than a caramel-covered spoon, as Menchie's employees discover whether they're getting a promotion or a one-way ticket to the unemployment freezer. Will they be smiling or screaming? The Froyo saga unfolds, reminding us that beneath the sprinkles and swirls, the corporate world can be as unpredictable as the last scoop in the tub. Pour yourself a glass and brace for the grapevine drama as Rick Tigner, the head honcho of Kendall Jackson Wine Estates, uncorks chaos on Undercover Boss. Playing the role of a grape-hopeful grocery shop employee, Rick stumbles into his own organization like a tipsy tourist in a vineyard. The workplace is about to get more corked than a fine Cabernet Sauvignon when Rick, attempting to master the art of the bottling line, hits the brakes harder than a designated driver at a wine tasting event. Picture this: corks flying, labels askew, and Rick fumbling like a wine critic at a beer festival.
Managers would be, yeah, like, you know, I've been told, like, what?
The goal of concierge level service is how do we work as a team? So for me to see individuals out there not working as a team frustrates me.
In the midst of this grape-induced chaos, there's an employee with a sour attitude, like a corked bottle of wine. This guy, with a penchant for using colorful language, incessantly cribs about the money and curses with a rough attitude towards customers. His focus is more on how miserable the job and working hours are, rather than embracing teamwork. The workplace drama reaches a boiling point hotter than a sun-soaked vineyard in the middle of summer. The CEO, already contemplating his role in the company due to the employee's infuriating behavior, faces the challenge of managing the vine-covered maze of employee relations. The real grapevine gossip, however, comes when Rick is hit with comments from a delivery driver that shock him faster than a corkscrew through a stubborn cork. As the tension ferments like a fine wine, rumors start swirling that the undercover boss is on a firing spree. The employees, unaware of the wine wizard in their midst, are about to face terminations more unexpected than finding a cork in a screw cap bottle.
I don't know. I almost fired him today.
No, hey, listen, I mean, I can tell from your voice you're pissed.
Will the employees toast to success, or will they find themselves in a vintage of unemployment? The workplace drama is spicier than a Zinfandel on a chilly evening. As the grapevine whispers of firings, the employees must decipher if it's just a wine-induced hallucination or a sobering reality. Rick's undercover escapade proves the world of wine isn't just about swirls and sips. It's also about surviving the corporate vineyard without getting stomped on. So, raise your glass to an episode that's more complex than a well-aged Merlot, more effervescent than a bottle of champagne, and spicier than a Zinfandel on a chilly evening. Kendall Jackson Wine Estates, where the wine flows, the drama ferments, and the firings may leave you with a lingering aftertaste. Cheers to Undercover Boss, where the only thing smoother than the wine is the unexpected twist in every cork-popping episode. Get ready for a sizzling episode of Undercover Boss as Rick Silva, the big cheese of checkers and rallies, hits the fast food trenches in Season 3, Episode 4. The grease is about to hit the fan as Silva, attempting to blend in like a stealthy fry in a sea of spuds, witnesses a general manager treating employees with all the charm of a grumpy cat. The workplace drama unfolds faster than you can say extra ketchup, and Silva, more appalled than finding pickles on a plain burger, decides to unveil his true identity like a superhero emerging from the shadows.
Hearing the general manager barking orders.
Sir, I need you to drop what you're doing. I need you to take some trash out.
It's my job. Why do you keep working for Checkers?
Because I do it because I need to help my mom.
How does it make you feel?
In the midst of this fast food frenzy, the general manager's screams pierce through the kitchen, echoing like a burger order gone wrong. The workplace antics are more flavorful than a secret sauce, and the firings unfold like a perfectly orchestrated kitchen dance, with Silva leading the way. However, the real twist comes when Silva, in a move as bold as a double cheeseburger, shuts down the entire restaurant until further notice. Silva, seen earlier complaining about a stranger, now orchestrates a finale that leaves everyone in disbelief.
Right now, you're not doing the job to our standard, and so you don't belong in that restaurant. Right here, right now, we're going to shut the restaurant down.
The last step of the CEO is something we could never think of. He actually shuts down his own company. It's a firing fiesta that hits harder than a jalapeno-loaded spicy chicken sandwich. leaving the employees in a state of shock that even the best milkshake can't soothe. As the CEO turned undercover enforcer, Silva dishes out terminations as if they were fast food orders, leaving us wondering if he's the hero the employees needed or the villain of their workplace dreams. So, grab your oversized soda, settle into the booth, and prepare for an episode that's more dramatic than a food fight in a fryer. Checkers and Rallies, where the burgers are hot, the fries are crispy, and the firings are served with a side of unexpected twists. In the fast-paced world of fast food, Silva proves that sometimes the best way to clean up the kitchen is to turn up the heat and let the fired-up CEO take the reins. After all, in the world of Checkers and Rallies, even the fries aren't safe from the spice of corporate chaos. Hold on, because Bikini Sports Bars and Grill just served up an episode of Undercover Boss hotter than their jalapeno poppers.
Booze, food, sports, and sex. Those 4 things are recession-proof. And so our customers we call fans. And it's obvious what gets our fans in the door. It's our breasts.
We're not doing it because we like showing our boobs off.
I learned a lot today on this job.
CEO and founder Doug Guler, the mastermind behind the term "restaurant," took a dive into the sizzling world of his own restaurants in Season 6, Episode 3. The workplace antics kicked off with Guler confronting a bartender named Jessica, who dared to defy the sacred bikini dress code. Guler, more outraged than a barbecue lover finding out someone forgot the sauce, dropped the hammer and fired her faster than a flipped burger. He revealed himself to be not a business genius, but a douchebag, focusing his entire strategy on pretty girls with revealing dresses, objectifying women shamelessly, and even comparing boobs with chicken breasts. But that's not all. The controversy sizzled on as Guler encountered server Grace, who, despite her questionable work history and phone addiction, landed an offer to have her assets enhanced if she played the role of a rock star for 6 months. It's a reward more surprising than finding a pickle in the ice cream machine. Guler, seemingly impressed by her honesty about wanting a bigger bust, tossed a curveball into the employee benefits game that left us wondering if we accidentally stumbled into a reality TV circus. The workplace drama unfolded like a soap opera set in a grill, with firings hotter than a habanero-infused hot sauce.
Energetic, attentive, knowledgeable, and sexy.
Guler, juggling dress code violations and questionable rewards, proved that in a world of restaurants, the corporate spice level can go from mild to wildfire in the blink of an eye. So, grab your bibs and get ready for an episode that's more unpredictable than the Daily Special, where the dress code violations are as outrageous as a deep-fried Twinkie at a health food convention. Bikini Sports Bar and Grill, where the burgers are bold, the drama is extra spicy, and the firings are served with a side of saucy surprises. It's a roller coaster ride through the land of barbecue and bikinis, leaving us questioning if we just witnessed a workplace reality show or stumbled into a sitcom set at the wackiest grill joint in town. As you might imagine, this sort of message didn't go over well with all viewers. Hold on to your virtual shopping carts, because in the retail roller coaster of Undercover Boss, Season 1, Episode 6 at GSI Commerce, CEO Michael Rubin, donning the incognito alter ego Gary Rogers, found himself navigating the treacherous terrain of his own billion-dollar e-commerce giant. Rubin posing as the rookie recruit Gary, attempting to conquer the art of packing and shipping, only to discover his skills were more tangled than a ball of Christmas lights post-holiday chaos. In the world of online shopping experience, where the packages are delivered with a side of suspense, Rubin learns that going undercover in his own empire is as unpredictable as predicting the next trending online purchase. So, gear up for an episode that's more riveting than a one-day-only deal, where the firings are as unexpected as a surprise flash sale, and the CEO finds himself in a shipping and handling dilemma. GSI Commerce, where the online shopping experience just got a dash of drama, and Rubin discovers that even in the digital aisles, the unexpected can still make its grand entrance. It's an e-commerce saga that leaves us questioning if we just witnessed a corporate checkout or the ultimate undercover clickbait. Happy shopping undercover style.
Yes, she's had a bad experience.
But don't we want to make her happy?
We can't make her happy. Hi, Elizabeth. I understand the situation you're going through, and I apologize greatly that you're having these issues right now.
I don't think you really do understand. No coupon code was ever sent to me.
There wasn't a lot that Danielle was doing right. She had an attitude with customers.
And then I said we would do an after-the-fact credit. Would you like me to repeat it?
But the real plot twist unfolded when Daniel, one of the employees, gets impatient with a customer, bordering on rudeness that would make even the Grinch raise an eyebrow. The CEO, Mike, witnessing this impatient behavior, grows increasingly frustrated. The workplace drama escalates, as this is not how customer care is supposed to work, and the firings hit harder than a Black Friday stampede, as Ruben, trying to master the art of undercover espionage, bids farewell to unsuspecting employees faster than a flash sale on Cyber Monday.
And your numbers, we no longer need your services.
In a shocking turn of events, the CEO himself gets fired from his own company. The metaphorical smoke from the fired employees hovers like a clearance sale sign, leaving suspicions lingering in the air. Were these firings a strategic move or just an accidental collision in the chaos of undercover maneuvers?
I'm not actually Gary. I'm Michael Rubin, the founder and CEO of GSI.
However, in an unexpected twist, Ruben doesn't fire Daniel. He gives her another chance after her apology, proving that even in the fast-paced world of e-commerce intrigue, redemption might just be a click away. Hold on to your chauffeur caps, because Empire CLS CEO David Seelinger took a detour into the undercover world in Season 6, Episode 6, and the ride got bumpier than a back road on a rainy day. Seelinger, back in the driver's seat after a 25-year hiatus, decided to check if his luxury chauffeured Empire was cruising smoothly. Little did the employees know they were in for a ride more turbulent than rush hour traffic. The metaphorical brakes screeched as suspicions rose. Were these expectations just a pit stop, or was the entire chauffeured Empire about to hit a roadblock? In the world of Empire CLS, where the limos are long and the drama is longer, Seelinger learned that going undercover in the chauffeur world is as unpredictable as navigating through a traffic jam during rush hour. So, fasten your seatbelts for an episode that's more eventful than a red carpet entrance, where the firings are smoother than a luxury ride, and the CEO takes the wheel with a side of suspense. Empire CLS, where the chauffeurs might not be the only ones getting the boot, and the boss discovers that the road to employee satisfaction is filled with unexpected turns and potholes. The drama revved up when Seelinger, playing the chauffeur charade, stumbled upon employees with more quirks than a stretch limo. Firings were imminent, and Seelinger, steering the ship of employment destiny, dropped the axe faster than a sports car hitting the accelerator.
The CEO of Empire Chauffeured Services goes undercover and behind the wheel.
This guy is so bad, I wouldn't even let him lock my door.
He meets a defiant dispatcher, gets super pissed at the employee for not coordinating with the employees well.
That is not the way I run my business.
According to him, this not he envisioned his business to be, but the sweetest boss consoles him after he blows his cover.
You gotta do the work. Are you in?
I'm in.
You promise?
I promise. On my kids.
The CEO tried to understand the dispatcher's challenges and help him out. This is how a boss should be. It's a journey that leaves us questioning if we just witnessed a chauffeur shakeup or the ultimate undercover road trip. So there you have it, folks, a wild ride through the ups and downs of the corporate roller coaster. In the world of undercover maneuvers, firings are the unexpected twists, and CEOs find themselves navigating the unpredictable terrain of employee interactions. If you liked my video, don't forget to drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Until next time.
You might want to think about whether this is really the right job choice for you.
He wasn't happy with my company. This guy was not happy about anything.
What you can get away with when it's painted, you know what? Not every dent has to be 100%.
Not my style. I'm seeing a lot of stuff here I'm not pleased with.
The way he approached and interacted with the girls, it's really not acceptable behavior. I think it is a serious matter. I think it needs some immediate action.
Here comes a battle featuring both employees and bosses who couldn't keep their cool in the face of unexpected revelations. And what better than to get things started with Eric Cassabury, CEO of Retro Fitness. The shocking revelation of Jacqueline's opinions on customers unfolded.
Hi, I'm Rachel. I'm here to see Sash.
I'm Sash.
Hi, Sash.
Nice to meet you. How's it going?
Good, good.
So she straight up showed her aggressive side, even hinting at throwing down with customers. Viewers were shook, like, did that just happen? And the drama didn't cool off. She kept on with her rant like there was no tomorrow, further amplifying the drama on Undercover Boss.
These are my cashiers for today.
Rachel. Olivia.
I'm gonna show you how to cut a chicken today, so that's pretty awesome.
Employees are supposed to be chill with customers, not going all fierce mode.
So you put pressure on your arm so you can pick it up, grab it, hook it on this side.
So when Eric found out that Jacqueline was all negative vibes towards customers, he couldn't handle it anymore. Dude totally lost his cool, and guess what? He dropped the bomb, fired her on the spot. It's like one of those wild moments on Undercover Boss where the boss has to step in, because someone's behavior is just too much to handle. We witness a compelling scenario where Raquel, the protagonist of the show Undercover Boss, loses her composure over an employee named Ronnie. From the onset, Ronnie engages in a series of inappropriate jokes, initially charming Raquel. But dude takes it too far. Instead of focusing on work, Ronnie keeps on with the inappropriate humor. And it's not just Raquel who's disappointed. His coworkers are feeling it too. Eventually, Raquel loses her cool because Ronnie's antics are just too much to handle. And you have to see it to believe it.
My first impression of Ronnie is that some of his jokes are on the inappropriate side, but he's really kind of fun and he's funny.
Hold up, Ronnie's not letting go of the inappropriate vibes. Now he's dropping unsettling comments about customers, and that's a major red flag. Instead of following company rules, he's blaming it on corporate orders, and that's ticking off Raquel big time. Plus, he won't stop trash-talking the brand. It's a whole mess, and Raquel's frustration is off the charts. So Ronnie straight up says he can't stand customers, and that's making everyone question if he's even fit for the job. It's like, bro, you gotta be cool with the folks you're serving, not hating on them. Total workplace drama, right?
I literally hate customers more than anything in the entire world.
Raquel taken aback and dismayed by Ronnie's behavior. Look how she reacts strongly to his comments.
Not acceptable at all. This is really not good. This is my worst nightmare.
Yep, Ronnie's in hot water. Raquel, realizing things got real serious, straight up confronts him. She spills the beans about who she really is, lays down her disappointment, and kicks him out on the spot. She's like, dude, maybe think twice about your job commitment. It's one intense showdown.
You might want to think about whether this is really the right job choice for you.
So, right after the showdown with Ronnie, Raquel doesn't mess around. She hits up Nail Pronto, spills the tea on Ronnie's behavior, and boom, they decided to kick him to the curb. Swift action, no nonsense.
It makes me, it really upsets me.
Yep, upsets me too.
Man, Ronnie's in for a shocker. Started off thinking he's all charming and outgoing, but bam, unexpected twist and he's out of a job. That friendly vibe that seemed cool at first, turns out it's what got him the boot. But he never saw that coming. Talk about a tough break. In Season 6, Episode 1, John Hartman, CEO of the organization, visits his hardware store. But what he observed there leaves him in shock. Let's find out in this video. So Brad's first impression is kinda meh. Dude looks lazy and way too into flirting, especially with the ladies. And get this, it's not just casual talk. He's turning customer service into his own personal flirting zone. John, with a sarcastic vibe, even calls out Brad, saying, "Wow, that was really great customer service." It's like, seriously, Brad?
That was really great customer service.
For the most part, I would like to see her walk out with some more stuff.
Brad's vibe goes from bad to worse as he starts dropping random and totally inappropriate comments about women, making the whole store feel awkward. The CEO, feeling all uncomfortable, straight up says, customers are not here to find a boyfriend.
My goodness, scrumptious.
Now, the big boss is thinking, yeah, we might need to do something about Brad and his issues. It's a whole mess. Brad just won't quit with the whole womanizing talk, making things super tense in the store. The CEO, seriously annoyed by it, thinking about laying down the law on Brad. But here's the plot twist. Turns out Brad's a total pro with the products. That knowledge becomes his shield, at least for now, saving him from the CEO's wrath. It's like a lucky break in the middle of a mess. So Brad's initial vibe is messing with the workplace, cause he seems lazy and way too into flirting. He's on thin ice, and the only thing saving him is his product knowledge. It's like this tricky dance between being professional and dealing with personal quirks at work. They gotta figure out if Brad's actions are messing up the whole store vibe. So in the first episode of Season 4, Modell goes all undercover as Joey Click, trying to climb the ranks from a regular pizza store owner. Dude's so into it that he takes a bold move, decides to rock the bald look for the disguise, changing up his whole appearance. It's like he's going all in for the undercover game.
Joey Click, a former pizza store owner that closed up 6 months ago.
So as Joey Click, Modell starts as a trainee assistant manager in a kinda struggling store in Connecticut. He's on a mission to figure out what's going wrong and might even shut it down. First day vibes, he meets James, the assistant manager, and is pretty stoked because James is all about the dedication and getting stuff done. Pleasant surprise, you know? So even though James is killing it, Modell's scratching his head because this store is not doing as good as the others. Turns out there's a big issue. They ain't getting the cool sneaker they're supposed to. James told the helpline, but it's like talking to a wall. No response, no fix. Total letdown. So James starts getting suspicious and straight up asks Modell if he's for real. Once the truth's out, they have a real talk. Modell spills the beans about what's really messing up the store. It's like a heart-to-heart, you know? So Modell bounces from the store and hits up his COO, super annoyed about the stock mess. He's like, "We gotta fix this ASAP, or I'll handle it myself." CEO gets all mad finding out the management's slacking, and you can bet there's gonna be some big changes because of Modell's undercover scoop. Things are about to shake up. In the riveting tale unveiled in Season 5, Episode 9 of Undercover Boss, we are introduced to Anthony Weed, the president and CEO of Buffet Inc. This episode, titled Undercover Boss Busted, Season 5, Episode 9, unfolds a compelling narrative centered around an employee named Sky at Boston Inc.
When I'm in here, I only have time enough to show the basics, and then that's it. And then
I've had 1 minute of training.
So Sky's supposed to be training Anthony on dishwasher stuff. But out of nowhere, he goes all wild with his attitude. Like, it's not just about the training. Dude's straight up showing he's totally unhappy with the whole company. Seems like nothing's making Sky happy in this workplace vibe.
He wasn't happy with my company. Sky was not happy about anything.
So Anthony, playing boss undercover, sees Sky acting all rude and causing chaos during the training. It's like Sky's taking things to the next level, and you could tell it's not just about the training. He's got major beef with the whole company. Looks like there's some serious drama beyond just this session.
I hate doing dishes. Oh well.
So Anthony's had enough of Sky's wild behavior and decides to put his foot down. First move, calls up Sky's manager to start dealing with the mess. But hold up, Anthony's not stopping there. He's like, nah, this needs to go higher. Things are about to get serious, and Anthony's taking charge to handle Sky's disruption.
This is actually kind of fun.
It sucks.
So what went down with Sky is like a classic lose-it-at-work situation on Undercover Boss. Dude went all out showing how someone can hit their breaking point, not just over one thing, but the whole work vibe. It's like a loud and clear message. Sky's not feeling the job or the whole workplace scene. So when Anthony sees Sky losing it, it's like a real challenge on Undercover Boss. Anthony doesn't waste time. He steps up, dealing with the crazy situation. It just shows how leaders gotta keep things positive at work and handle disruptions ASAP. Workplace vibes need to stay chill, you know? This episode adds another layer to the compilation of intense moments on Undercover Boss, showcasing the diverse challenges faced by leaders when dealing with employees who reach a breaking point. Sky's disruptive conduct becomes a catalyst for deeper exploration into the organizational dynamics, emphasizing the potential impact of individual dissatisfaction on the overall workplace atmosphere. In essence, the story of Anthony Weed and Sky in Season 5, Episode 9 serves as a powerful illustration of the dramatic encounters that unfold on Undercover Boss when individuals, in this case Sky, lose their composure, leading to a cascade of events that demand decisive leadership intervention. In the enthralling narrative of Mako's 6th season, Episode 4, a compelling incident unfolds where Jim, a key figure in the company, experiences a moment of losing his composure, making blunt comments on President Jose Costa. So President Costa is on a mission to check out the company, even though he's not really a car guy. Dude's got over 480 shops to oversee, and on top of that, he's an immigrant turned president. It's like he's diving into this whole car scene without knowing much about it. Should be interesting.
When I first saw Alberto, I was shocked. I was expecting a younger person, but everybody gets a chance.
Costa, picked for his skills, goes undercover boss style. He's checking out if the crew is sticking to the rules with a fine-tooth comb, you know?
Some repair time on this fender, you get a half an hour to fix that.
So playing it low-key as an Argentinian entrepreneur on TV, Costa picks a top-notch Orlando spot that's all about body detailing for his undercover gig. Smart move, right? Costa, the rookie body tech, teams up with Jim. Stuff gets intense when Costa goofs up the sanding, and Jim loses it, reacting big time. It's like nerves on edge at the body shop. Jim let loose with some real talk, expressing how mad he is. It's a major moment in the episode. Dude totally loses his cool.
What you can get away with when it's painted, you know what? Not every dent has to be 100%.
So things get real sticky during their team-up, showing a clash in what they think is right at work. Jim's blow-up is like a spotlight on the intensity that goes down when folks on Undercover Boss face hurdles. It's a big deal, exposing how a pro like Jim and an undercover boss like Costa don't always see eye to eye in this new work zone. So that Mako episode is like prime undercover boss drama, showing how things get real when people hit their limit. Jim's straight up bluntness spills all the tension and frustration at work. It's a vivid snapshot of those unfiltered, intense moments you only get on this show. In the 4th episode of Season 4, Stephen J. Klubik goes undercover at one of his resorts, leading to unexpected revelations.
There are credit cards that we hold, and we need their credit card numbers to make the authorization.
So deep in his front desk gig, employees spill the beans on some shady stuff, like keeping guest credit card numbers without permission. It's got everyone, me included, wondering if that's even legal. Serious ethical and legal red flags going on. Plot twist, the front desk employee's like, I don't know about keeping credit card numbers. That's coming from the higher-ups. Now, it's not just the frontline folks, it's a whole system problem driven by the bosses. Things just got way more complicated. The employees totally shook, showing that even the frontline workers had no clue about these sketchy practices. It's like they were kept in the dark about what was really going on with customer info. Total surprise, right?
The workings and the laws say that you can't keep credit card numbers.
Steven's not having it when he finds out. Look, you can feel how much he hates the situation. It hits him hard when he realizes it's not just a resort problem, it's a big deal for the guests' well-being. The seriousness of it all just sinks in, you know? It's like the big moment showing how serious this mess is.
What they're doing is wrong, but there are privacy laws on that.
You're probably right.
It's not just a little hiccup in how things run, it's a major breach of trust. The resort's rep is on the line, and even the safety of the guests is at risk. Real heavy stuff, you know? As things get more heated, you know a complaint's gonna pop up. It's like the next natural step in all this drama.
Not my style. I'm seeing a lot of stuff here I'm not pleased with. It's a transition here, and it's not your fault.
So with all this shady stuff coming out, there's a quick and serious reaction. Steven's clearly frustrated and things look pretty messed up. The way it's going, it's like the problems are getting worse, painting a not-so-great picture. This trust breach is turning out to be way more serious than they thought at first. So in a total twist, Steven, just done with everything, goes off the expected script. He's like he's had enough and decides to switch things up. Unexpected move, right?
I own this place, Stephen J. Klubik. I own Diamond Resorts. I'm not happy.
Steven throwing this curveball make things interesting. Now, you're wondering what he's gonna pull next. Going off the script not only keeps it real, but also shows just how serious the problems are that he uncovered in his undercover gig. It's like reality TV, but with some real drama. So after all the craziness, there's a silver lining. Those employees caught up in the mess Steven uncovered probably got some better training out of this. The way things wrap up in the episode hints that even though undercover gigs can reveal some messed up stuff, they can also push the company to make positive changes and get better. It's like turning a rough situation into a chance for improvement. In essence, the episode of Undercover Boss offers a riveting narrative of when people lost it on the show, capturing the tension, ethical dilemmas, and unexpected twists that unfolded as a result of Stephen J. Klubik's eye-opening experience within his own resort. In another compelling instance. So, in the episode, there's this employee acting up during a game, and it straight up ticks off the boss big time. Boss is so mad, hits the tipping point, and immediately calls up the higher-ups. It's like drama on speed dial.
The way he approached and interacted with the girls, it's really not acceptable behavior. I think it is a serious matter. I think it needs some immediate action.
This is like a classic Undercover Boss moment where someone totally loses it, showing how employees and bosses deal with some seriously high-pressure situations. It's just a glimpse into all the wild stuff that goes down. These instances underscore the emotional and challenging nature of the scenarios presented on Undercover Boss. The show not only unveils the vulnerabilities of employees navigating unfamiliar tasks, but also captures the breaking points of supervisors faced with unexpected challenges. The raw and unfiltered moments when individuals lose their composure emphasize the authentic and intense nature of the undercover experiences portrayed on the show. In the 3rd episode of Season 7 of Undercover Boss, Sam Duche, the president and CEO of the retail chain shopper, embarks on a journey to go undercover in his own company. Right from the get-go at his company, he's hit with the massive job of sorting a ton of boxes. It's like, bam, welcome to the chaos.
Leave you here, you have to organize everything here. I'll come back and check up on you.
Okay.
So his assistant's pushing him to hustle, but dealing with all this dust is making it tougher. Still, Duche powers through and gets those shoe boxes in order. And guess what? In the middle of the chaos, he has this big aha moment about his own organization. It's like a dusty revelation.
With 05. Wow, this is a mess.
Organizing the shoe department, I started to realize that the buyer is buying way too many styles for the amount of space we have in our stores.
So, as Duche tackles the shoe department mess, he spots a big problem. Buyers are getting way too many styles, and there's not enough space in the stores. He realizes he's been pushing them to buy way too much stuff. Meanwhile, this woman, not knowing she's talking to the boss, straight up complains about the workload and asks for a promotion. It's like a whole drama in the shoe aisle.
I work here for 8 years and I haven't got a promotion, same pay. When I started working here, I used to make like 60 hours and then it cut down to like 28. So it's like you bring it home, like let's say like $1,000 and then you go down to 300.
So Duche gives props to her hard work, saying she puts in a crazy 60 hours a week, then cuts it down to 28. She hits him with the question, how does that make you feel? Suddenly, he's thinking, hold up, maybe she's got a point about that promotion, especially with 8 solid years on the job. It's like a light bulb moment in the middle of their chat. So more bombshells drop as Duche finds a bunch of old uniforms just collecting dust. Turns out the crew's missing out on proper training, and key info's buried in a manual nobody's reading, even the manager. Duche's fed up with the chaos, especially the disorganized mess and lackluster customer service. He straight up calls out the manager, saying, "We need to fix this like right now. It's a showdown for sure." Now Duche's frustration hits the roof when he deals with janky barcode scanners and a Wi-Fi system that's basically on life support. To make it worse, the store's rocking just 2 scanners, and one's always acting up. He's laying the blame on the manager for not handling these basics. Duche's like, are the folks in charge even on top of things? It's a total facepalm moment. The company chaos just keeps coming for Duche. Now he's dealing with a security nightmare. Thefts left and right because there are no security guards. People are even using pepper spray to jack stuff, and he's like, whoa, we need to fix this ASAP. Duche's straight up disappointed, pointing fingers at the manager for not getting a grip on this ongoing mess. It's a whole situation. So Duche tries to get a grip on things, visits another store, and bam, more drama. The barcode scanners there are acting up too, making the checkout a total snail's pace. Customers and employees are both annoyed, and Duche's just thinking, what's up with our operations? This is a mess. It's like a never-ending headache for him. So as the episode rolls on, it's clear Duche's undercover boss gig is like a tour of all the mess-ups in his own company. From messed-up organization and unhappy employees to security fails and tech glitches. It's one revelation after another. He's getting a real eye-opener about the challenges his company's dealing with. Those moments where Duche's just had it, super frustrated and disappointed, show how intense his undercover journey is. It's like a roller coaster of emotion, you know? The whole story drives home how going undercover pushes leaders to face the harsh truths of their businesses and pushes them to make crucial changes for the better. In another compelling instance. So, in the episode, there's this employee acting up during a game, and it totally ticks off the boss. Boss gets super mad, hits that tipping point, and right away, he's on the phone with the higher-ups. It's like drama on speed dial.
The way he approached and interacted with the girls, it's really not acceptable behavior. I think it is a serious matter. I think it needs some immediate action.
Check this out. It's like a real deal showcase of peeps totally losing it on Undercover Boss. It's wild, man, showing how both employees and bosses deal with some crazy intense stuff. So peep this, Undercover Boss ain't just a regular show. It's like a roller coaster of emotions, man. You see regular folks dealing with all kinds of crazy stuff, and even the bosses hit their limits when unexpected challenges pop up. Those unfiltered moments of losing it, that's what makes the undercover scene on the show so real and intense, you feel me? Share your thoughts on the most intense moment when individuals lost their composure on Undercover Boss. Drop your comments or join the discussion in my Discord server, where we can delve into these captivating moments and more. For an exclusive experience, there's a dedicated server just for you. Before you go, ensure you've liked, subscribed, and turned on post notifications for more content. If you found this video intriguing, don't miss out on the even more sensational content in my latest post. Click right here to explore the craziness. Your engagement and support are truly appreciated.
Well, no, you definitely just dropped that in there, because,
Compliment her on her lack of nails. My, those are some non-glamorous nails you have. Who wants to go home? Oh, look. Ooh, doggy.
You're so condescending and rude to me, I really can't stand it.
Today, we're delving into the most jaw-dropping and cringeworthy moments from Undercover Boss. From CEOs tackling unexpected challenges to facing employees who almost blow their cover, get ready for a wild ride behind the scenes. Number 20. Bikini CEO Doug Guller is gearing up for an undercover gig in Season 6, Episode 3. The 20th moment takes us to a chaotic scene as bartenders at this fast-growing sports bar and grill chain fumble with their customers.
This young entrepreneur meets the people who keep his company on the rise.
Wings up! And get this, they're known for their waitresses rocking some pretty revealing outfits. The CEO's whole deal is about hiring hot women who bring in customers because, you know, the bikinis basically do the talking. Now, on his first visit, here's the scoop.
Well, let me pour this beer real quick, then go ahead and jump behind the bar.
When I see that Jessica's not in a bikini top, I was pissed.
You are supposed to be wearing a bikini. I just chose not to since we're on TV. I'd like to wear a t-shirt and stuff.
Totally get it. Everyone should rock whatever they're comfy in. But, you know, with this place, Bikini Sports Bar and Grill, it's all in the name. The whole deal is bikinis. And yeah, customers are straight up asking her about it, given that's the vibe they signed up for.
Because I chose to wear a t-shirt.
You might take it off later?
Wow, we know that must have pissed off the CEO all the more. Number 19. Now let's meet Rick Foreman, the owner of Foreman Mills, a supermarket known for its budget-friendly prices. In Season 6, Episode 8, he decides to switch roles and dive into different spots like the distribution center and the warehouse. Now, here's the shocker. The owner himself ends up fumbling for the job. Yep, you heard it right, the boss messing up as an employee. Talk about unexpected.
As long as it's tight, all the way down, all the way down.
This is really
That's good, that's good. Bread wrapping was terrible.
And it doesn't stop there. On to the next gig, and guess what? He messes that up too. It's like a trend or something.
I'm gonna mess something up. Whoa, whoa.
Lift it up, lift it up.
So I gotta go slower than that then.
Yes, I'm nervous.
Uh-oh.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I go too fast.
Totally get it. That whole thing was a cringe fest, right? Hard to watch the owners struggle like that. Number 18. Next in Season 3, Episode 8, we dive into Yankee Candles. So check it. Harlan Kent, the big boss at Yankee Candles, decides to play it low-key, dresses up as an out-of-work chef, and hits the flagship store in South Deerfield, Massachusetts. Blaze, an associate, impresses with his competence as he briefs Harlan on the workings. A customer and her child then enter the scene, where Harlan, in a friendly manner, assists the child with a candle. However, the focus shifts to Blaze after they leave. Here's what unfolds with Blaze.
These people are incredibly nice.
They're not all going to be like that. A lot of the times, you know, they'll come up, a little kid.
Oh my God.
They're just gonna do whatever they want. And they'll just go. I dropped it. I got another. Well, no, you definitely just dropped that in there because.
We were taken aback by what unfolded next. It didn't take him much time to show his irritation at the chaos caused by the kids. He goes on to share how he struggles with serious anger issues. However, having anger problems doesn't justify treating others irrationally. And that's not the end of it.
Whoever you're working with.
He's angry about some things. I'm not sure what exactly it is that's making him angry, but that's not great for all the rest of the team who does think that it's a great place to work.
And it doesn't stop there. He continues his rant, complaining that they dipped the candles 1,000,000 times, leaving a mess behind. Seriously, who would want someone like him on their team? Number 17. Season 7 kicks off with Buffalo Wings and Rings, a business with over 80 franchises across the US, Middle East, and Europe. Founded by Hatham David, Nader Masada, and Philip Schramm, the spotlight is on Masada in this one. Going undercover as Pete, he's on a mission to figure out if his restaurants are really hitting the road to success. Enter Wes, the kitchen manager of the Bardstown, Kentucky restaurant. Brace yourself for a sneak peek into this restaurant nightmare.
I'm gonna flour real good. 10, 11, 12. Wes leaves me alone in the kitchen. I'm going, holy.
Masada couldn't help but notice that Wes's behavior was on a downward spiral. During dinner service, Wes directs something to T, one of the employees that's not just inappropriate, but downright rude and vulgar. Things are taking a turn for the worse.
I'm sorry, I'll keep trying.
Whatever, man.
I'm working in the kitchen, and I see someone I recognize. And it's Red, the franchise owner Sean's trusted manager and girlfriend.
Wow, someone get this man fired. Number 16. Next up in the 4th episode of Season 4, Diamond Resorts takes the spotlight. Mr. Kobeck decides to go undercover at Cabo Azul Resort Spa in Mexico to check if all of his properties are up to snuff. Enter Stephanie, holding it down at the front desk. But hold up, things don't go as smoothly as you'd expect. Turns out they've been unintentionally breaking the law, all thanks to their blatant ignorance. Shocking, right?
And we need their credit card numbers to make the authorization.
And the laws say that you can't keep credit card numbers.
That's directly from management, and I don't...
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a rocky start, no doubt. And to add to the mix, the system is dragging its feet, moving slower than a turtle. But here's the kicker. Stephanie, the one at the front desk, is under the impression that it's Monarch Grande she's repping. Talk about a mix-up.
First of all, there's a card that give you 10% off discounts. And there's all these items that were not discounted because they didn't present the card ahead of time.
I mean, what's the deal with promising a 10% discount and not following through? It totally wrecks the hotel's street cred. Eventually, he spills the beans, lets them know who he really is, and lays it straight with the management. Talk about a reality check. Number 15. Wild Wing, the sauciest place around, takes the spotlight in Season 3, Episode 1 of Undercover Boss. Rick Nicholas, the CEO, decides to go undercover in his own restaurant chain, and you won't believe the harassment he witnesses. Spoiler alert, he ends up blowing up on the manager. It's one wild ride.
Our special on Mondays, by the owner, it's £2 and get £1 free. So that's not through the franchise, it's actually through our owner.
No doubt about it, the owner is laying down his own rules in the house. And don't even get started on the special offer. When Rick tries to explain it to a customer, it sounds like a total puzzle. Even Rick admits it's confusing. But hey, it's just the way the owner wants it, so there's not much anyone can do about it.
Like, that stuff makes sense to me.
Well, yeah, because that's all head office stuff.
I want to stick to
You're getting frustrated.
Good thing is the manager gets a piece of his mind eventually. Number 14. In the second episode of Season 1, Kobe Brooks, the big shot CEO and president of Hooters, goes incognito as Scotty Archer and rolls into South Arlington, Texas, playing the role of an assistant general manager. His mission? Check if the general manager can coach the crew the right way. Spoiler alert, this one turns out to be a major letdown.
We're looking at the hair. Is it styled?
It looks styled to me.
Okay. She looks like a Hollywood starlet.
Yes.
Right? Okay, that's what we're looking for. All right, Bethany, have a seat.
Okay.
Compliment her on her lack of nails. My, those are some non-glamorous nails you have.
Plot twist, right? So he starts chatting with the girls about nails and tossing around the idea of getting some tattoos. Then he throws in his game suggestion. But hold up, let's find out what this game is really about.
The first girl that finishes her plate of beans will go home. You cannot use your hands, okay? Who wants to go home? Oh, look, ooh, doggy. Who doesn't want to spend the rest of the afternoon with me?
No kidding, this guy's off the charts. Clearly, he's clueless about the whole general manager deal and seems to be running the show just for his own kicks. Total lack of understanding of the responsibilities at hand. Crazy, right? Number 13. In Undercover Boss Season 8, Episode 4, Renee Maloney, co-founder of Painting with a Twist, takes on the role of an art teacher in her own company. The twist? She can barely handle the brush herself, but ends up instructing the whole class on how to paint. Now that's a canvas of unexpected moments. Give her points forever, right? But it takes a nosedive when she attempts a joke and gets absolute crickets in response.
Okay, so she's in, there's sweat happening, and my palms are wet. And the stewardess says, well, what did you tell her? And he said, I told her the front of the airplane wasn't going to Seattle.
Right now, it's just kind of like, boo.
I'm so nervous.
Ouch. That's when it goes from trying to a full-blown awkward art class moment. She ends up doing a pretty good job with the painting, though. Number 12. In Season 8, Episode 1 of Undercover Boss, Sharon Price John, the president and CEO of Build-A-Bear Workshop, steps into the shoes of an employee named Jessie. She aims to observe how her employees and customers respond to the recent changes in the store. During her time at Northridge, working with real-life Pink Bliss named Lenny, Sharon encounters a dedicated young bear builder. She tests if the new store model is effective. However, things take an unexpected turn as Sharon struggles with the routine tasks, almost blowing her cover.
Slow it down! She was like coming toward the hairdo, and I'm like, oh.
The The situation gets messier as she moves to the cash register with another employee, Nick. Despite his enthusiasm, working with Sharon proves to be a challenge, and she faces difficulties with even the simplest tasks, testing both the nerves of the employees and the patience of the customers.
2526. You know what had happened? It looks like that rang.
Oh no! Let's fix that. What do you say?
I'm so glad you caught that. It's okay.
But that's okay, I guess. She did build the whole company, though. Number 11. In Season 6, Episode 10, we're diving into the world of real estate mogul Armando Montalongo, the largest flipper in America. He heads to the Montalongo headquarters in San Antonio, Texas, to personally work in his call center. The mission? To ensure his brand is being accurately represented. Working alongside Amanda, Armando starts tackling the system, but here comes a snag. The computer decides to call it quits. Amanda brushes it off with a lame excuse, saying it sometimes has hiccups. Not cool, right? How is it that with a sizable staff, no one bothered to fix this issue?
This stuff's going on twice a day in my company, and it's not getting back to me. I'm incredibly upset right now, as Amanda's just gotten used to this system underperforming. Like, this is not okay.
We share the frustration. They've somehow normalized working with a faulty system, acting as unbothered as can be. That's when Armando can't take it anymore and drops the act, revealing his true identity to everyone. He lets them have it, emphasizing that when the system goes down, the logical move is to call IT and get it fixed. Number 10. Next up in Season 4, Episode 14, we've got the CEO of Retro Fitness, Eric Cassabury, going undercover. He heads to Fair Lawn, New Jersey and takes on a role at the front desk of one of the fastest growing fitness chains in the United States. But when he meets the front desk executive, Jacqueline, things take a turn for the worst. Now Eric's in the smoothie making zone. Jacqueline advises him to ditch the book's proper ratios for a healthy drink and instead prioritize making it taste delicious. Classic move, right? But Eric decides to play by the book anyway. Here's how Jacqueline reacts to his choice.
Excuse me? I don't think Barry understands that I work here every single day and I know what I'm doing. I know I've been here for 2 years. You're so condescending and rude to me, I really can't stand it.
Oh, I would never be.
Just wait, baby.
After Eric takes charge at Jacqueline's juice bar and essentially acts like he's the boss, she doesn't hesitate to call him out as condescending. It raises questions about his people skills, leaning more towards narcissism. Number 9. In Season 5, Episode 15, the CEO of SkyZone, going incognito as Scott, finds himself on the edge of exposure when an employee named Miles starts sniffing around. As they hash out their game plan for the day, there's an air of suspense as Miles appears blissfully unaware of Scott's true identity. Scott, trying to keep things under wraps, smoothly guides Miles through the facility, sharing company insights without setting off any alarms.
Of Scott because he did way too good of a job. The real dead giveaway was he knew a little bit better than he should how to do some of the stuff.
This revelation puts Scott's cover in jeopardy, with Miles not keeping his suspicions to himself. Despite the close shave, the undercover boss presses onto the call center, where his extensive knowledge becomes a dead giveaway, fueling suspicion among the employees. And so, Scott decides to spill the beans. Surprisingly, the first thing on Miles' mind is a past issue about Scott's assertiveness.
I'm Jeff Platt. I'm undercover in your call center right now.
You want me to jump right into a couple things that I think
just lay a couple things on me.
Sure. To be honest with you, you were not my favorite person.
Rather than getting defensive, Scott seizes the opportunity to discuss workplace improvements, unveiling a deeper connection with Miles through shared personal experiences, like losing a parent to cancer. That went another direction. Number 8. Next in Season 8, Episode 10, Chef Marcus Samuelson, known for his 30 restaurants across 7 countries, seeks new talent with the help of Undercover Boss. This sometimes hinders his hiring process, as people act fake or try too hard to impress him. Dressed as Vijay, the celebrity chef explores Hudson's table, aiming to evaluate operations from entry-level workers to professionals. His initial candidate, head chef Brienne, invites him to teach a pasta class. While initially learning from her, the real twist occurs when Brienne asks him to take over. Instead of effective teaching, he opts for more showing and less explaining. A questionable move. And here's more.
You put the oil like on the flour, and I was like, no, that's like you're outside of the well. Like the whole point of the well is to put the liquid in the well.
Initially, he avoids explaining the class, and later, when he takes over, he pours oil incorrectly. While it raises concerns, some cooks likely find these actions disturbing, especially considering he's the one in a teaching role. Number 7. In this epic undercover mission, the CEO of Modell's is strapping on his detective hat in Season 4, Episode 1, Ready to play the sneaky sleuth, he's about to go on a thrilling journey, exposing the hidden secrets and quirks within his own sporting empire. In a cunning move, he disguises himself as a contestant on a reality show in Connecticut. There, he encounters James, the assistant manager of the store, who, after some initial chit-chat, assigns him seemingly simple tasks. To everyone's surprise, the CEO struggles and fails at these basic challenges.
Flip, flip.
Flip, flip, tuck and fold. Nope. Jason? Oh, okay. All right, let me go. He just dropped the mannequin. Okay, bye.
However, things take an unexpected turn when he starts asking James some probing questions.
I'm just curious, do you know Mitchell at all, Modell? Have you ever met him? Out of the ordinary.
Jim just called me out.
Why would you worry about our distribution center? Do you know Mitchell?
James, feeling the pressure, gets suspicious, and it doesn't take long for him to see through the peculiar disguise, including the oddly fake mustache. Upon confrontation, Mr. Modell finds himself taken down by his own manager. The tables have turned in this undercover escapade. They then get to walking towards making things work, and guess it all works out in the end. Number 6. In Season 6, Episode 1, John Hartman, the Let's Go president and CEO of True Value Hardware, a nearly 100-year-old all-American company, takes a hands-on approach by joining his employees on the front lines. Going incognito as Lewis, he meets up with Brad, a sales associate, and initially, everything seems smooth. However, there's a turning point that changes the game.
I'm gonna take you through a normal day here at True Value.
Fantastic.
We're gonna smoke some cigarettes, we're gonna flirt with some women, we're gonna sell some...
I'm sorry, we're gonna do what?
Turns out, Brad's not putting in the effort at work, and when questioned about his primary customers, he casually mentions that it's cute women because he's looking to score their phone numbers. It becomes clear that this guy might be more interested in personal pursuits than the tasks at hand.
Well, good luck with that. Any other questions?
That's it.
All right.
Thanks.
Yeah, nice meeting you.
Yeah.
Maybe you've grabbed the number, but maybe I'm not her taste.
Seems like Brad is more interested in the ladies and cigarettes, forgetting that customers aren't exactly walking into the store in search of a boyfriend. Priorities, Brad, priorities.
My goodness, scrumptious.
When Brad made those comments, I couldn't believe what I heard.
You're looking for a power drill. You are in the right place. Let me take you over it.
That would require me to take immediate action.
Despite his questionable priorities, it turns out Brad is quite knowledgeable and skilled at his job, even going above and beyond. However, just when you think you've got it all figured out, here comes a little twist in the story.
Clear up some legal stuff. I'm a failed troublemaker. They wanted to put me away for a little bit. So, I tightened up and I switched my game over to Colorado, man.
Unexpected turn of events, right? Surprisingly, this guy with his quirks has a noble side. He genuinely wants to help people and provide value. It's a good thing our man was patient enough to dig deeper and discover more about him. Number 5. In Season 3, Episode 12, we're delving into the world of Catherine Monson, the head honcho of Fast Signs International, the largest custom sign company in the United States. Get ready for some insights into the sign business like never before. The chaos unfolds as she jumps into the deep end, completely clueless about the tools and tricks of the trade. She's seen taking on the challenge, surprising everyone as she handles the job with enthusiasm. Louise throws a curveball, asserting that women can excel in this role, a notion well received by the team. However, the sticker installation takes an unexpected turn.
We all have the idea of stickers just peel and stick, and when it comes to something as a car, you can't just paste it on.
When the bubble-free finish becomes a real challenge, despite early confidence, the first sticker encounters a hitch. As they bond over family conversations, the true challenge arises with a mammoth-sized graphic installation.
I think Louise might be suited for a job, maybe a desk job, maybe not so hands-on.
Louise realizes the physical effort and skill required for the job. The episode takes an emotional turn when Gary, the team lead, reveals personal struggles. Louise, no longer incognito, shows her compassionate side by donating $15,000 to his church, surprising him with a car, and presenting a $50,000 check to help him overcome hardships. Louise Monson proves to be a gem of a leader, turning this roller coaster episode into a heartwarming journey. Number 4. In the tantalizing episode 10 of Season 5, we step into the world of Massage Heights, a business model that's not just successful, but dare we say, a bit sexy. Shane Evans takes on the mission to uncover the secrets of this alluring venture. Her destination? Jacksonville. As Shane meets Nikita, initially there for a facial, things take a surprising turn. As they navigate the spa experience, Shane shares her expertise, including a frank expression of disdain for extraction and pimple picking. Now, that's a unique way of showing passion for your craft. And check this out.
So sorry, my ring just turned around. Did I scratch you?
Seeing Tracy working on Jessica, I was like, oh!
Nikita, her coworker, sensed the struggle and decided to switch things up. It's like, hey, let's find out what works best for you. Anyway, they did get done with the customer, and later on, Nikita shared her struggles with the pay. And that was great because the owner's here to help too. Number 3. In Season 11, Episode 2, the CEO of one of America's top tourist spots ditches his corporate comforts to go incognito. Why? Well, there's this pressing labor shortage bleeding his company millions. Enter Andrew Simon, the CEO of Fremont Street Experience. He rolls up his sleeves as a trainee custodian, linking up with Emmy, the lead. Their mission? Tackle gum removal and scraping. Our guy clearly isn't thrilled about getting down and dirty with this stuff. Emmy lends a hand, guiding him through the ropes. But here comes the real challenge, and you can practically feel the struggle setting in.
You're not scraping hard enough with your scraper.
Nasty. This has like still some moisture and chew to it.
It's a lot of work. It's 2.5 hours a day.
Now that's some serious effort on display. The poor lady spends a whopping 2.5 hours battling with gum. That's just not right. To add to the struggle, they can't even use the machine because of a power switch hiccup. Luckily, our man is here to streamline things and make them more efficient. What's noteworthy is that despite the challenges, the lady loves her job, yet she hasn't seen a raise. Talk about dedication. Now let's circle back to our guy grappling with his newfound responsibilities. Check this out.
I almost got knocked out.
There you go.
It really was disgusting. Oh, wow, that's...
Give Ken a year, and he would be used to it.
Absolutely. It's almost painful to witness. A year might not be enough to get him fully accustomed to this challenging gig. Number 2. Next up, sounds like Nick and Omar from College Hunks Hauling Junk are swapping the executive life for a taste of the frontline hustle in Season 11, Episode 1. Are they ready for the down and dirty tasks? Let's find out. So they head to Boise, Idaho. Omar tags along as the wingman and catches up with Chris, the senior captain who's going to show him the ropes. Chris is super detailed with what he does. Now let's see our guy wrestle with it.
How do you get this thing? Oh. If you're not sweating yet, you're not moving fast enough. It's the biggest thing here, is speed.
It gets pretty hilarious, way less disturbing though. Then we get the lowdown on Chris's challenges and how tips play a big role in his earnings. Luckily, he's spilling the beans to the right person about it. Number 1. On to the last one. In Season 2, Episode 17, when the co-owner of the Chicago Cubs decides to go undercover, things quickly spiral in unexpected directions. Daryl joins the undercover boss to assist with plumbing and bathroom maintenance, showcasing his 24 years of dedication. However, Mark struggles to meet Daryl's expectations and accidentally breaks something, leading to growing frustration. The boss notices issues like cramped locker rooms that haven't been addressed, revealing a need for improvement.
I was super surprised to see that these guys were using their personal cell phones to communicate to each other within the ballpark.
Despite Mark's heartfelt confession about sacrificing family time for work, they continue working together. However, Daryl, the undercover boss, ultimately feels that Mark isn't fit for the job.
Mark is not washroom ready for Wrigley. Probably do good outside or on the fields, something less stressful.
In a surprising twist after the boss reveals his identity, Daryl discovers a pleasant surprise. Mark arranged for Daryl's daughter to take swimming lessons with the head coach of Northwestern University's men's swimming team, showcasing the positive impact of the undercover experience. Wow, nobody saw that coming. Well, that's a wrap on our undercover escapade. Which of these moments left you stunned? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and if you enjoyed this undercover journey, don't forget to hit subscribe. Stay incognito, stay curious.